Hello, everybody. Okay, good. I see Mike Ox just not move, and then I was like, oh, he just really went for it.
I went for it.
Crikeys.
Crikey.
Oh,
Where's my baguette?
We're back with another week of the Dova Kings.
Nice hats. Thank you very much.
I look like the typical high school kid that wore this hat to football practice.
Dude, you look like Solo. I wore that to South Africa.
Whoa, I look like Solo?
Yeah. To be fair, you both have a darker skin complexion. Wasn't racist.
Not Somali or not Somali.
I didn't say you were Somali. I didn't say you were Samoan. I said you had a darker skin. No way y'all are wearing these hats. I just lost full. Dude, are you kidding me?
It was this or the bison hat.
You don't like my raspberry beret?
So, you're lucky I went with this. Well, that was really quick.
I'm gonna check my hair.
I'll post this on every social media.
Y'all post this on every social media. We tweeted it on Dova. I posted it on my Insta and my Snapchat.
I don't post on that stuff, so
yeah,
no one follows me.
Hey, Lap, how do you like the new overlay thing? We got our Twitter.
Oh shoot, yeah. Hold on. Talk.
So this week I'll be.
Oh, that works so perfectly.
I actually despise it, Palmer. Well, Lap, I'm sorry to hear that.
It actually is perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
I don't know why you did that.
I actually despise it.
That's my Lap impression. I actually despise it.
Do you know my mother's from England?
Wait, what the fuck did you do with it? Why do you have both of them?
I don't know. I felt like putting both of them under my neck. Is that wrong?
Yes, that is wrong.
I'm sorry, Lap. That was aggressive.
That was a shot at him.
But it's fine.
But I love it.
All right, we're just going to talk for a little bit because we want more people to get in here before we start talking about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I think is a great idea because then we don't run into problems with people being like, yo, Mountain Dew, after, like, we're done.
Yo, what happened? What are you guys talking about?
Oh, we were talking about Mountain Dew, but now we're on some...
Lap, do you have a conspiracy theory that you might want us to touch on today?
Yes, I would love to hear it.
We're talking aliens.
Oh, my God, I can smell that pizza. Oh my God!
That's a good one, isn't it?
Italian sausage.
Yeah, it's got some good sausage. Pause. Pause. Time out.
All right.
Pause.
All right. Let's
let me
back it
pull
up a
this
little
up
bit.
on my Twitch here.
I don't want my phone to die. I need to listen to music on the way home somehow.
I'm gonna go get my. Oh shit! Probably should mute it. I'm gonna go get my charger. I'll be right back. You continue to talk to Lap.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, Lap, I have a microphone now, and I'm holding it in my hand. I'm going to Best Buy later to look at GoPro holders. Let's see. Oh, are we still doing our radio, by the way? I never even asked, really. My stuff comes for the GoPro comes tomorrow, or no, Friday. I should have a GoPro as my webcam on my my Twitch account at twitch.tv/DovaGhost. Alright, Lap. I'm sorry I can't do as good of impressions as you can. Okay, we get it. I'm sorry. And I don't know what you're talking about. I like this hat. I'm feeling the summer vibes, honestly. It's also really making my head sweat. It's very tight around my head. I thought Palmer had a big head, I'm not going to lie. And it doesn't even fit. I feel also if you couldn't see the strings, I look like a rapper from the 90s.
Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you. The quality, significantly worse.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't look good?
No.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Upstairs on the Mac, it looked quite poor.
The conspiracy theory of what the fuck goes on in Keith's brain.
TBH, I don't really know Keith, so I can't answer for that. Don't know him too well.
We're not frying Keith here tonight. It's not about Keith.
Can it be about Keith?
No.
Why not?
Apex is about Keith.
Well, that's fair. Should we start talking about conspiracies?
Why not? What conspiracy would you like to start with?
You're the one that came with it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
So here's how it's
Wait,
going.
is Gabe here?
I don't think Gabe's here yet. 4:30.
Oh, thank God. Oh, rodeo. I was like concerned because he wanted to go at 3, and I'm like, 3 doesn't work. What the heck?
All right. So how it's going to go down? Gates came with some conspiracy theories that he wanted to talk about. He's going to thoroughly explain the conspiracy theories to me. I'm then going to voice my opinion. Please feel free in chat to voice your opinion
He's going to rebuttal
as well, or I will agree. So
which won't make good content, so he'll disagree.
Wow, way to just spoil. It's like breaking the fourth wall right there. That was horrifying.
Imagine
so we're off the air. Thanks
imagine
for watching.
on first take.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
Oh my God!
What if Skip and Shannon always agreed?
If they were just like, you know what, I agree with you, but for the show's sake, I'm gonna disagree, and then they all look at the camera and go, "We're live." Oh. Did you make Nightbot out of your things in chat every 45 minutes?
No, we didn't. We kind of were running behind today. I updated the Twitter and the Twitch.
We ran behind because we were having a fantastic conversation.
We had a very in-depth conversation with Jen Krause. It was great.
One of the best conversations.
But anyways, so let's start talking about your conspiracy theories, and let's. I know you brought several, so let's break it down one by one.
Aliens.
Abu Ayesh, what's up?
We're talking about aliens.
Aliens. Okay. What about aliens?
Ancient aliens.
Okay.
No. Whoa. We're
Fortnite or PUBG porn? I probably would enjoy PUBG more because it's real humans.
But Fortnite, you know, like, they're kind.
Them doing the dances though. Yee.
Oh my God! Some of the mechanics Fortnite has and some of the dances just is wrong, and it's not good.
Yeah,
it's not good.
All right. Anyways.
But anyway, we're talking about aliens. Okay, and if they're real, first off, if people believe they're real, or
so let's start there.
Oh, if aliens are real.
Yeah.
All right. I believe that they're not. Their aliens are real. Okay.
Yeah.
Hot take. They're real, but they're not E.T. They're not. Sure. Oh, they could be. I mean, they actually could maybe be green, big head, mind sucking things.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I don't believe that they're like not out there. There's no way that some form of life is not in the universe.
So you think intelligent life is in our universe?
Yes.
You even said earlier that you think it's
it could be in the Milky Way galaxy.
Okay.
Like, the thing is, you see the galaxy and how big it is, and then you see where we are, how small we are.
It's insane.
No way that we could be like alone at all.
Here's the thing. I hope there is. Whether I can definitively say I believe there are or not, I hope there's other intelligent life. If we're the only intelligent life, it's kind of a bummer. Let's be honest.
That's when we're gonna create shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe aliens are real, and I don't know if you do. Do you?
Did Lap just change our title?
Yeah, he did within a second.
Why?
He does that to my titles too.
I thought our title was fine, Lap. Okay, fine, whatever.
Well, I think he was more going for like kind of what we're talking about, and then like add the opinion. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh well.
Well, first off, the Luna 456 said Fortnite, PUBG, or alien porn. I'm still gonna stick with Fortnite.
I still would go PUBG.
All right. Just looking to buy a flurg.
Anyways, continue.
I can't ruin that. I want a flurg too, for many reasons, Lap.
Don't know what you guys are talking about.
Captain Marvel.
Okay, just continue.
Anyway, so I think that there's no way that there's no other life. There's too much space. There's so many planets that people they've said that are like close to Earth kind of thing. Plus, I don't know, maybe they can breathe space air.
I mean, it's obviously they're like whatever intelligent life is out there, it's going to be adapted life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, it could be all different. You never know. Like, we could breathe on oxygen, but they don't.
Yeah, exactly. Like the human, it's not going to be the same. Like, it's not going to be other uses. You know what I mean? It could be, but it also could be they've adapted to breathe something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like fish breathe water. We can't breathe water. You know?
Cool.
It would be cool if we could, but we can't.
All right. So, what my favorite thing... I don't want to read that. All right. So one of my favorite conspiracy theories is that aliens have been to Earth before.
Yeah.
That they have helped build Earth structures.
Sure.
That there are relics in the world that
prove that.
That don't necessarily prove it, but lead suspicion
Sure.
to believing that they got help.
Okay.
One big one is always the pyramids of Giza.
Sure.
I can get behind the fact that they had slaves. They built them in years. It's not like they built in a day. I think they like had them pull up like slide areas and stuff before they build it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that could be a possibility. And that's not even the part that I was like, you know what? Fine. Like aliens couldn't have had it. It is literally, there is a picture out there of the Sphinx and the pyramids all lining up to line up with the Star of David, like mathematically.
Keep talking.
In like it's shaped like a pyramid, and the triangle that it's in with the Star of David perfectly matches up with the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I think the mathematics behind all of that was kind of ahead of its time, maybe. I guess I don't know, because this was even before the Dark Ages, where we lost a lot of like growth.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they had that kind of technology. So
Yeah.
I think after that they had to get some kind of help. That's why I believe in that.
Yeah.
But I always like the pyramids of Giza because they're always a big thing with aliens, because if a lot of scriptures from Egyptians and their hieroglyphics always talk about a higher power.
Yep.
And they always talk about like who, like people coming down from the sky and helping them, like in general. And it doesn't reference pyramids exactly, but it like talks about helping them.
Sure.
So I always think that they got help somehow, whether it was getting technology or just knowledge of how to move stuff in a better fashion, basically. So that's why I believe that the aliens helped build the pyramids.
Okay.
And that's just step one. Lap, we will get to the Stonehenge.
Yeah. As far as like the pyramids go, I feel like, I don't know, I have always been on like the belief side that like it was just slaves and stuff. And as far as like people coming down from the skies to help, I guess like I just don't know if I can wrap my head around. Also, like they talk about like they helped them or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that could also just be, you know, I'm gonna bring, you know, faith again into it. Like a lot of Christians say like I got like God came down and helped me overcome this.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He didn't physically do it.
Yeah.
But they felt that the presence of him being there was a miracle and helped them power through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I'm just thinking that when Egyptians talk about how a higher power came down to help them, they could be talking in their minds it's a physical.
Yeah.
But like it could be less of like, I think what we think about a lot when we say like aliens helped build them, like they literally helped move those pieces. You know what I mean? Whereas like they could be meaning that like they were given the power or they were given the strength by a higher power and given the mission by a higher power to build these things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's just kind of like where I feel like that, because I just can't wrap my head around somebody like another like life form coming and physically helping build the pyramids.
Okay. Is that's conclusion?
Sorry, I was reading Aiden's thing. Yeah, I guess that's kind of my conclusion on the pyramids. I also like, I mean, I think the pyramids are like insanely like just architecturally brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, the thing like we've talked about, the things that are inside, like the labyrinths and stuff that they've built inside to, well, what we think are inside.
Yeah.
To like, you know, hold these tombs safe.
Yeah.
You know, we people assume that that's what's inside.
Yep.
Nobody's actually been in. But, you know, and same with like the Sphinx, it's I just feel like it's architecturally possible.
Yep.
Is it plausible? No, but it's possible.
Yep.
And I feel like all the other things that the Egyptians did build,
Yep.
I think that it could have just been slaves. Also, do we know what time period it took them? Is there anything in history that shows the time period?
I've never heard.
I've never heard how long it took to build.
I've honestly watched so many things. This is one of my favorite theories. I love talking about the pyramids of Giza because they're filled with conspiracy theories. Like they're tombs. Like they're literally they built pyramids to bury people in.
Yeah.
Like those things are. It's a wonder of the world.
Yeah.
The pyramids.
It is.
And they're a tomb. You
Yeah.
literally were this, wonder is built for someone to just lay there and rot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do we know who is in those?
No, because they've never been in them, so they don't.
Have people not tried to get in them?
I think it's like a thing. You just don't go in them, or they don't know how without breaking them.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I'd love to go see that, but So
we're doing good, Aiden.
On
how are you, buddy?
Yes. Thanks for the host, by the way. So on Fringe Pop, this is just not a reliable source.
It's okay.
FringePop321.com.
My favorite.com.
Did he really just? Why did my dad just text me and say need my truck?
Do you have his truck?
Yes.
So do you need to leave?
No.
You say that
He
confidently.
put a question mark. So in the painting of the
so
tomb
some scientists say it took 140 years.
all pyramids and Sphinx.
Took 140 years.
That's a long time. See that's right there seems like.
I feel like if there's a higher power, it would have been done quickly.
Well, that's where I also think it's not exactly like they did it right away. Like they got help. They got technology that they needed to slowly build. Not like they couldn't have built it in that time period, but the higher power gave them technology they maybe didn't have, but still wasn't the highest technology. Like they're almost like, here's this small thing, make something out of this.
Yeah.
So it's just a small little push to get us moving, basically.
Yeah.
Build this wonder and then move on, go from there and see where we progress in. That's why I always believe that there could be someone out there watching us grow. No, that's a very far out topic, but watching us grow and wanting to see where we take these small grows. And then say the Dark Ages, there was honestly, I watched a history thing on it that during the Dark Ages we lost all the technology we had previously gotten. That's why we just became stupid.
Yeah.
We lost all technology, we lost all thought, math and stuff like that. Because if you're telling me we went from building the pyramids to then not having that kind of technology, or no other building like that has been built since then, that's insane. Yeah, there's other wonders, but nothing to the comparison of the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx.
Yeah, see, you were talking about how, if it did... So what Lab said is, I think the thing is the hypothesis of the scientists saying if we did build it, it would take that long, where if aliens did it, the Egyptians could have stumbled upon it. Now, I don't know if any Egyptian is claiming that aliens built it by themselves.
I see. That's where I don't know.
Maybe I've never heard that could be true.
That'd be crazy.
I've never heard that.
I've
heard
many
that
stories.
the Egyptians had a piece in it. So you were saying, maybe they didn't have all the technology right away.
Yeah.
That brings me back to my thought that they could have stumbled upon this technological advancement.
Yeah.
And been oh, the higher power wanted us to find this.
Yeah.
And wanted us to grow. You know what I mean? It's Solo's hat, LV.
I'm Solo. Don't you get it?
So I guess that's once again what you're saying is both feeding your hypothesis and my hypothesis. No, it's not actually. It was a bucket hat that I wore to South Africa. Also, it's glaring the light
Homo
right off your
sapiens
white
to
hat, by the way.
Homo habitatus. No, I'm not saying I said we were always human. I'm just saying there's other things out there that could have helped us. By the way, 1 second, I need to text my dad. Keep talking about stuff.
Yeah, I guess I believe that possibly it was less. I don't believe that somebody could have like come to our planet to then help build and then leave and then come back and then leave. Like, or like, did somebody come to our planet to build these things just for the Egyptians? When the Egyptians talk about how they're there for tombs, like, what's the point of somebody coming to our planet to build these pyramids to then just leave? And also, so Gates and I, Gates did a little bit of research beforehand, and we were talking about Stonehenge. So, Lap, you brought this up. We can go into Stonehenge. These Stonehenge, the bricks are first of all found in like this weird display, and some people think aliens built it. Because that's the only explanation. Because these rocks were found, hundreds of miles away from the quarries where that type of stone is usually found. So, plausibly, how did the stones get to where Stonehenge is now? So, but my thought process is like, why did somebody build it? If a higher power did come down and build that, what was the point of it? Also, if somebody on Earth built it, what was the point of it? I think maybe some kind of, religious or sacrificial circle, because it's built in a circle, or, what is the point of it? Because if we're going to say that a higher power built it, I like to think that they had a reason to it. They weren't just, coming onto our planet and being like, oh, here's some rocks, like, figure that one out, And also, I think Stonehenge is about I want to say like 2,000 years ago that it was discovered. Maybe
something like that.
So maybe that's false. But like, so if that was 2,000 years ago, I believe the pyramids we decided were what, like 5,000?
Yeah,
5,000 years ago.
5,000 years ago.
What, why then? Why the timing, and why haven't we seen anything since then? If that's the most recent, I want to know. First of all, like, how did nobody notice? Second of all, why? When are we going to see it again? If they, well, no, like, if we believe that a higher power.
What did I miss?
And so I was just talking about Stonehenge, and like, kind of like, people say that it could only be aliens because they brought it from a long way away and stuff like that. So, what, like, I lost my train of thought here. Why are people coming? Like, if we're saying, why is the higher power coming to build this and then leaving? What is the
purpose?
I get why people say, like, oh, it had to be a higher power, like, look at the way it's shaped, but what is the purpose of it? If they're going to come to our Earth and then just leave again,
yeah,
what's the purpose? What's the purpose of building that?
I mean, I don't think that it was just like them. I don't think aliens built Stonehenge. I think that they helped them build it, basically. Because, like, think like this, right? So you know how, like, a bunch of religions have different gods.
Yeah.
So I mentioned earlier, ancient aliens or Egyptians used to reference aliens as gods because they came from the sky. So you used to think they were gods.
Mm-hmm.
If someone was praying to, like, a god and said, like, an alien came down from the sky, and then they were like, what if Stonehenge is a temple, right? Yeah, it doesn't look like a temple because it's just, like, not like that.
So Aiden was just saying Stonehenge is moon rock, and the Stonehenge is supposed to represent a prison or a magical transformation back in around I'm assuming
Medical.
That's medieval or medical.
Medieval.
Or magical times when magic was believed to be real. They prayed to Stonehenge to gain magical powers.
That's what I like. That, like, kind of what Lap just said. That's the beauty of it. Maybe that transformation is something the aliens worship. Is I think that it could have been something like the aliens came down, where, like, whoever, I don't even know, it's in England. So I was like, in that time period, they could have came down and, like, that literally could be anything. Like, you could get into so much crap about this now and, like, go into a deeper conspiracy theory that. I read something one time that it's literally a landing zone for flying saucers.
Yeah.
Like, But like, I don't believe all alien ships are flying saucers. Like what? But that is some sort of like temple or something that they could pray to. Now it could also be a lot of old temples and stuff like that. That's why I always love looking at this. They're always in tune with stars. Constellations always have a big part in these builds. The pyramids of Giza line up with the Star of David. The Mexico City pyramid we were talking about earlier lines up with the stars in calendrical calendar years. Basically, it lines up with stars for that reason. So, what if like that? There's got to be a reason for that. Like you wouldn't just line them up or even know you're lining them up. Like the pyramids aren't even off. Like they're honestly so perfectly in tune together. Like they're not an inch off of where their tips are supposed to line up with the Star of David. Like there's so much like math that would gone into that if we'd lost all that in the Dark Ages, like we're years behind where we're supposed to be then. Because like that's actually insane. And now, I don't know about the Stonehenge. I don't think the Stonehenge is, like...
I mean, what you were saying, I mean, you look at a lot of civilizations, especially ancient civilizations, they did a lot of things based off the stars.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what it means to their civilization, but it's not far-fetched in my mind to believe that them pointing it to the Star of David meant something specific. And you say it would have taken a lot of math.
Yeah.
But if you go even further ancient to like people who used the North Star to travel. You know what I mean? Like people believed that the stars would hit a specific point for a specific reason.
Yeah.
So yes, it would have been a lot of math, but it's not too far-fetched in my brain to think that it would have been possible to figure that out. Because a lot of people use the stars for a lot of things. We don't in our society, but there are ancient civilizations based specifically on the stars.
Yeah.
That's what our calendar year was originally based off of.
Yep. LV said just saying that it could just be big rocks moved by glaciers.
It could be.
Could be, but the rocks apparently came from for Stonehenge. This is for Stonehenge. Came from a quarry, where the other rocks are, like it's in a quarry. Like there's no way like it just moved like glacier wise. Like or at least
scientifically it's kind of the same way, like there's no evidence of anything. It could be that.
Yeah, you're right. We're up for conspiracy theories, for God's sake. I'm talking about aliens. Like anything is real at this point.
Yeah, LV's right, talking about the stars. We do people still believe that like the way the stars line up means that their day is going to be different. You know?
No.
Like Christ. Horoscopes and all this stuff. So Lap said earlier, like if we went to another planet and say put a cross at the top of a hill and a life form there found it thousands of years later, they would be, why is this the formation? We don't know what it means, but obviously we know. I agree.
Yep.
The aliens could know. I think Aiden asked this really interesting question. Why are all aliens depicted so much more advanced than we are?
Yep.
Totally agree with that. Like, why do we always depict aliens as being like this brilliant mind power?
Yeah.
That like we're so far behind.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's a huge conspiracy theorist. I love that, man. I love that. Ginge. Toss him in. But then again, like why, I guess my question is, why would we go put a cross on another planet? You know what I mean? Like, and also there's so many things that we say were built by aliens.
Yep.
First of all, how did they get here?
Yep.
Why do we depict them as so much better than us?
Yep.
In technology, you know, whereas if it was something magical, once again, I believe that maybe because because, tribes and belief systems and all these things die off relatively quickly.
Yeah.
So who's saying that there couldn't have been a specific type of people who thought that Stonehenge was going to like be this next great thing for magic, right? And then slowly that population, it was very small, and maybe, they believed that the gods helped them build this.
Yeah.
Believed all these things.
Yep.
And then they just died off. And nobody knows why they did it because the population of that belief system died off.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crack that one.
Hey, also, Ginge, I'm down to play CSGO also whenever. Thursday night after D&B's. Side point, I'm a P.
Dave and Buster's?
You talk about the next one.
Dave and Buster's.
No,
I got more. I got more.
Okay, talk.
So, I'm reading that Fringe Pop 321, which I do not believe is a very reliable source. But in the tomb of Ptahhotep in Egypt, there is a painting of, apparently it's called a typical gray alien, which I have no idea what that means. But apparently in this one tomb, they call it one of the most important clues to alien intervention into our ancient history ever made. But the reason Ptahhotep wasn't a pharaoh, so he was buried in a tomb but wasn't a pharaoh, which is a very odd thing. He was a vizier. He's the co-regent of the pharaoh. I'm not gonna even try to say that pharaoh's name. It really is a interesting picture. It's very odd, but it really Egypt was very known to paint pictures of other beings like helping them, but they were also very into over dramatizing someone. Like a pharaoh was literally like I don't even know, like it looks like a snake head, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like pharaohs' heads are just over like big and then big crowns and stuff. But they were very much talking about aliens, or like a lotus flower is a big thing like that they think the aliens like took shape of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why I was always very much into thinking about Egypt and being aliens, is because they always talked about it and drew it. But that like comes down to the fact that like they could just have faith in someone and just built that image up in their head. Yeah.
So Ginge actually said kind of what I was saying earlier. He said, okay, so if it's the case that aliens were here and did build pyramids, the thought then is that why haven't they been back? Why in the modern age have we not had alien visits? And Ginge, I could not agree with that more. I kind of said that earlier. Like, I have a hard time believing, and once again, I believe that there are life forms. I don't believe that life forms have like come to our planet to help people build things.
Yep.
I believe they're more talking about a spiritual power, kind of like I talk about God.
Yeah.
Like if I get in a bad car accident, I say like, holy crap, like God was with me there. He wasn't actually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like my belief system says like he wanted to help me not die.
Yeah.
Basically. So like why would these, so I have a hard time believing that these aliens or these powers would come down just to leave again.
So I have
and then why haven't we seen them recently, first of all, and second of all, like I just don't know why wouldn't they like stick around.
So here's, well, first off, that's a whole nother beast I could get into about disguise.
Well, we got time.
But no, what I was gonna say is,
you believe aliens are disguised on Earth?
I'm just saying we could get into that later.
Okay.
Anyway, no, I think that you're right. Like, why wouldn't they come back? Or they're not, at least not known. You don't like see things where you're like, that's weird, or like anything like that. But if you like look at the time periods of where they came in, like they were never like pyramids, this thing. It was very much an over the time thing, because the pyramids were built 5,000 years ago. The Stonehenge was built like 3,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, something like that. Like there was the two Mexican ones. I don't remember when they were built. I didn't really say, but they're very much an over the time thing. And I don't know when the last time they could have visited. Right? They could have been here like 50 years ago, and like, so then they
doing what though?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, they could literally come back like every 2,000 years or something like that to check up on how like things are progressing. Because like what if like we're like a test tube? Like literally, what if we're like we're here, and they found us, and they're like, let's see how this civilization grows and keep an eye on it. And then when they see certain moments where in time they can help us and or destroy us to push us back, like the Dark Ages, they have that choice too. Like they could come in and be like, take away all the technology that they like took, or they could come in and help us build more things for wonders of the world.
So I guess my question is why? So you believe that they're looking at us kind of like their little playground? They're watching us?
They're watching us grow as a civilization to see where we go with it.
I agree. Really good. Fonda said, first of all, because they don't fuck with us anymore. That could 100% be true. Second of all, Jin says that he believes that there are aliens being life forms, not green people, but any life form in our universe, because our universe is too vast. And I am 100% on that. Like, it would be foolish of me to think that there isn't another living organism, even maybe intelligent life.
That'd be like, you're right.
This vast.
That'd be messed up.
Then it's just empty.
Literally, you're telling me then, like, there is one planet.
Also, she said he was 8. No,
she said she was 18. It wasn't me.
What's up, dude?
And you can read that one.
Yeezy. What's up, dude?
But you're right. If we're on this small planet and like, I think even in the galaxies, like that's messed
in our Milky Way, absolutely.
Like that's like so, like, so vast that you're telling me like there can't even be another planet in there that could even hold like life. Like I don't know, that's very difficult to me. But am I saying like aliens have the power to like jump galaxies? I don't know.
Star Wars.
I don't know how far ahead they are.
So she said she was 18. Why do you say aliens don't exist? And what do you think? What do you think that like the word aliens encompasses? Like, do you believe that there aren't any other life forms on other planets, or are you just saying that like these other intelligent green people don't exist? I'd love to hear your opinion on it.
Fonda, I'm really into conspiracy theories about aliens. But yes, I believe in Twilight Zone episodes. Jesus Christ.
So, like, what you were saying is kind of like how they're watching over us and like, you know, letting us build and stuff. Why?
You know, I don't know if I've ever seen an alien.
Why? Like.
So
are you saying that
motivation?
So here's the thing: are you saying that our world is basically theirs, and they're watching us?
I wouldn't even say it's their world. I'd say that they stumbled upon us at some point in our lifespan.
But now you're saying that they're watching us grow,
because like they're like keeping an eye on us. Basically, is what I think. Like we literally have. If they have visited, like they know we're here. Like they know exactly if they've been here, they can come back.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think like they like are like. Where was I going with that?
I don't know.
But I was like saying like they're watching us because they've already been here. If they've been here.
Yeah. JX, no, I have not seen an alien.
I've never even seen a blue whale.
Second of all, Aiden, I totally agree. And third of all, like what? Actually, I was just about to go this. With all this technology we have now, have we not been able to detect them over all these years? So with that, with alien switch to spectator mode. With that, she said,
Codcaster mode.
So yeah, truly Codcaster mode. So she said, I agree that in our solar system, there isn't any. But Jess, okay, gotcha. In our solar system, there aren't any, but we don't have technology that's gone out of our solar system.
Well, also, you don't know if we have seen aliens, but we don't know about it.
We could not know. Well, I'm not going to get into government conspiracy theories right now. We could, but, like, we don't, we don't have any technology that goes outside of our solar system. We haven't even reached every inch of our solar system. So I'm not saying there's other life forms in our solar system, but in the galaxy, I like to believe there is.
I hope there is.
You know what? I do hope there is.
Imagine green people. Just
as Lap said, it's only been 70 plus years since we even got to space. It would be incredibly confidential to find them in that sort of coincidental. Sorry. Family, work, NASA. I would know. That's great. So as a NASA worker, unless I'm not aware of something, we haven't been outside of our solar system. Our best pictures of outer space planets came from the Voyager 2, which was launched in 1973. Voyager 1 has left the solar system, actually. Oh, has it? Are there pictures of like outside of the solar system. I didn't know that.
Hey, what's your fave alien movie?
Movie?
I'm actually curious because I love alien
Gotta
movies.
be Independence Day.
If it's not Independence Day, Cowboys versus Aliens is such a good movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh my god, it's such a good movie. But Independence Day is for sure my
Independence Day is a great
movie.
one. Let's get back to
we were still in the pyramids technically. All right, hold on.
Why do we need... Okay, that's what people think Area 51 is for. Now, is it technically... Yeah, kind of like Lab said, it's fake Aiden. Like, we don't know...
It's a built-up conspiracy.
Yeah, it reached the point of no longer being pulled by the sun's gravitational pull in 2012. Wow, okay, so we have been outside the solar system.
Yeah, but when was
once
Voyager
again,
1
like
launched?
like I've said, I believe that it's in the galaxy. Like, once again, if it got out of our solar system, it hasn't even touched close to the amount of realm that is the galaxy.
I almost don't want to touch the ones that are like the like Latino or like
and the technology to transfer data past that point is nearly impossible. Sure, so we don't have a lot of data of it.
I don't even want to do like
District 9.
Oh. Okay.
So we kind of talked about Stonehenge.
See, I don't want to talk about like the Teotihuacan because I don't think that's like
you guys want to sneak into Area 51.
Not really.
I want to go watch this Scooby-Doo movie where they do that.
Oh yes,
that's my favorite alien film, Scooby-Doo and the Aliens, whatever that one is.
I have the like comic book of that movie.
I have the VHS.
Oh my god!
Sure.
All right.
If aliens were real, wouldn't they have made contact with us?
Well, I mean, maybe they've already have, and maybe they haven't come back yet. And that's what we're trying to get at.
Yeah, but also like you keep saying, they've stumbled upon us. So you believe that maybe they've stumbled upon us at one point.
Yes.
And they're watching over us, right?
Yeah.
So I guess
the thing is, we can't if in the times of.
But how are they watching over us? That was going to be my question.
Okay, where I was actually going to answer that right now. Actually. If they were able to come to our planet during our times of like the pyramids, like first off, they need hella technology then.
I agree.
They need to have a ship basically that can fly like a spaceship. We're literally in Star Wars. So if they can come down then, first off, we can't even fathom over the years what their technology is now.
Yeah.
We don't know what their power source is to like travel. We don't know anything. So they could literally just have a simple telescope and just like see everyone. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you don't know like if they could come into Earth without us knowing about it or something, or like come down with just to like check or something like that. Like there's small things like that could happen that they could like come down on, and or maybe they have a timetable of like when they come back. Like maybe it's like every 2,000 years in Earth time that they're set to come back and be like.
I guess I'm thinking.
Folks ready for Independence Day?
What I was thinking, like if they're watching us, how could we not? They would have to be close enough to see us, type of thing. You know what I mean? Which maybe is incorrect.
Well, that's why I was saying it could be. You're right. They would have to somehow constantly be around us.
Yeah.
Which, at that point, there's way too many times that we could have encounters. Mm-hmm. But that gets a lot into where I think of like disguising and stuff, and like they could be on the planet. I don't like. Okay, like I'm not like a huge. I'm like not like that nut on history that has the blown out hair and stuff. Like I just like talking about this stuff.
I've seen you in the morning. You are.
Okay, true, fair.
Before a shower,
fair,
sometimes.
Fair, but
no makeup, always.
But, Lap, shut up. If like they could just like some simple thing, that like they could travel to like Earth, just like in general without like you don't know if they couldn't be detected like because of like their technology.
Yeah.
Technology.
So Jess said, "What led you to believe in them?"
Independence Day. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, once again,
just the fathom. It's not like It's just like they could be out there. Basically,
they could be. I don't know if I fully believe in like. So you believe in knowledgeable life forms, or like intelligent.
I believe that in ET coming down like glowing finger.
I believe in at least like life forms, like I'm talking organisms, life forms. I mean, if we're a life form, then that. She said she was 18. Said who created the aliens? Lap said who created us. That all depends on your belief system. I believe I was created by God. So that also poses a great point of like who created the aliens.
What if God created the aliens?
You know, I don't know. Jim said, in order for NASA to get the information from Voyager 1, they have to point an entire field of satellites at it, and even the radio wave is 1/trillionth the size for the data to reach us. So it's very, very hard for it to reach us. God didn't create us, Aiden.
God doesn't. They really are.
God doesn't exist. Wow, we're going hard. Let me just tuck
Do
that
you like
away.
Paul?
Do you like
Who's
Paul?
Paul?
I've never seen.
Wait, what are you
I've never seen Paul. It's a movie.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's in it. Seth Rogen's in it.
What?
Yeah, you never know God could be real along with other religious gods. Well, that's the thing. Is like we're talking about this, like,
Yeah.
and we say like these higher powers help them. I don't know if they believe that was their God or if they believed it was aliens.
Well, you look at all older timelines. Like Egypt is so easy to use. They had 10. Like they had multiple gods.
Mm-hmm.
There was a god for literally everything. They had a death god. They had a sun god. They had a grass god, earth god. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They had a bunch of gods. It was never just one thing. Like they could easily think that like this thing is a god because look, it's literally coming down from the sky if they're coming down. Like
the reason I didn't see Paul, and you say not real alien fans, the reason I didn't see Paul was because I was young when it came out and it was rated R.
When did it come out?
We were still in elementary school because I was still hanging out with Johnny Delmore, so
Wow,
it would have been 5th or 6th grade. Well, exactly, LV. That's kind of the question. Is like, did he create aliens? And I don't really know. Lap, you say God, that's not his role. I'd be interested to know what, like, you say God is real. I'm just curious of like, then what do you think his role is? Because you said role. And then Aiden said his role is French rolls. I wouldn't mind a French roll right now, TBH.
Aiden, I didn't eat breakfast, brother. I'm
Aiden,
hungry.
you are always coming in with the knowledge, man.
Hungry.
I love it. You don't know about God. It's difficult to grasp that something can just come from nothing. A cake can't just make itself. Needs a batter to make it. I think it's on Netflix, so all right, I'll check it out. I mean, Ginge, yeah, we kind of touched on this last time, but I didn't say it was no slander. I said I was still hanging out with Delmore. I no longer hang out with Delmore. I'm not great friends with him.
Last time I saw Delmore was at Ginger's house.
Yeah, like I don't know the last time I saw Delmore, but I guess the whole thing with God is like there's no physical proof. So when people tell me that they don't believe God made us, kind of like you're saying, like, a cake doesn't just make himself. You're right. I can't give you proof that God exists. That's why it's called a faith.
Yeah.
You believe in something. You have faith. Just like there's no proof of actual intelligent life, but you believe that it's there.
Yeah.
There's no proof that there is intelligent life.
Yeah.
Some people might call this stuff proof, but there's no link. There's about 1,700 missing links between there. So, I'm not taking it to heart, Lap. That's why it's called belief. That's why it's called faith. That's why it's not called fact.
Yeah. So she said it was 18. She's talking about, or they were talking about God making his the people the 7 days basically. Like that's what I was talking about last week. Is like you have a story in the Bible of God making people in the earth in 7 days, but it never clarifies what he just says. Animals. It just says it doesn't say exactly what he does. So you don't know if he did make aliens or if he did make dinosaurs or so on and so forth. It never says what he made. It just says animals. It says so it doesn't clarify. And that story can just be passed down too. That's where I'm it could be in that way that he made aliens and was all right, you go to that planet, or we're spreading you guys out. See what happens.
It could be. We should probably try to rope it back to aliens. We can get religious if we want to. I'm happy. I still kind of Lap. I still kind of want to hear what your view of what his role is. I'm just curious because I've never heard somebody disagree in that regard. I've heard people say either God is real or God is the creator. So I'm kind of curious. like what you believe. I'd love to discuss it. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. Where were we going with that?
Oh, Splag, what's up?
Splag.
Bleg and Splag in the chat.
Hukum Splag, Hukum Leg. All right. If you want to go back to aliens, or if you want not to continue.
Well, we'll wait. Maybe he'll answer. But anyways, go back to aliens for now.
Well,
No religion, please. Difficult subject to debate. All right, Ginge. We'll keep it off the religion.
16-year-old Anne Frank. Thanks for your input.
It is. I mean, all I'll say on it is a hard religion. I mean, sorry,
Hard thing to
it is a hard subject to debate because
I think the religion is one of the harder ones.
It's
to
all
debate because
opinion.
Yes, it's an opinion-based thing, but everyone has very strong opinions on it.
Yeah.
Just like politics, religion is one of the hardest things to change your opinion on. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it's very hard to, if like me and Ginge disagreed, I think it is very hard to convince the other one because you can't convince someone you're right. So you're just having a conversation to see how they think.
It's a different kind of debate. You're not trying to convince. You're just trying to express opinion and maybe hear and learn a little bit. Lap said, I think his role is to watch over us and do what he does for all other Christians that he didn't. So you think he's an overseer, but he wasn't a creator, basically. Which I still can 100% like respect. I mean, I'll respect any opinion, but there are pieces of that I definitely agree with, and pieces that don't. Like, if that's your take, that's your take. Keep rolling with it.
Where does the conspiracy theory that literally aliens are God? Like, what if like in our God literally
not even go there.
like what if literally like this, like kind of what we were saying earlier, this higher power literally just put us here and then just let us expand and see what happens and helped us along the way.
Minecraft Gains. Hey, what's up, dude? Lab said, so I believe that when things go wrong, God is there to help us get out, just like every other Christian. You suck. Your opinion is trash. I'm unsubbing. Your opinion is trash. Yeah, my opinion is trash. So like, yeah. So like, there. Like, I believe when things go wrong and go right, that they're, that they're there.
Hey, Gabe, how you doing?
Gabe,
15 viewers.
Gabe, please join in. So we'll go back to aliens for Gabe.
Replayful's here.
My boy. I'm here. What's up, Replayful? Is Ninja an alien? Ninja something special,
Fair.
that's for sure.
Fair.
So
Ninja
okay,
something.
I kind of want to talk about this Cusco thing.
You should follow us.
Yeah, hey guys, if you're in the chat, we really appreciate you tuning in. We're gonna keep talking about aliens, but we're on the grind to try to become an affiliate. We do this every week, so if you wouldn't mind dropping a follow, we'd really appreciate it.
All right.
Back to aliens.
Are you guys ready for me to butcher a Mexican name here?
I want Instagram back. What? And then it says, is your favorite YouTuber Callum's Corner? I don't know that YouTuber at all.
I do not know who Callum's Corner is. Yeah,
Let's butcher some names.
For the Peruvian Andes. You ready? It's part of the old Inca capital of Cusco. It is called
Cusco, played by David Spade, by the way, in Emperor's
Sacsayhuaman.
Ooh,
That was pretty nice. I think that was nice.
I think you got it. I think you nailed it, actually.
So, in the Peruvian Andes, the Inca Indian tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me read it.
I'll check them out after this. Check them out after this.
Was a very...
what are we talking about here?
Aliens, Gabe. Aliens.
So, Gates really likes the conspiracy theories of...
Ancient aliens. Ancient aliens.
Yes. Ancient aliens, basically helping us to, like, build the pyramids,
Dude, the chat moves so fast, I couldn't read it.
Okay, gonna go. Bye, guys. See ya, Jess. Thanks for
follow.
Thanks for tuning in. If you want to drop a follow, we're here every week. But I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh, that they like helped us build like the pyramids, like Stonehenge. Now this Aztec thing.
All right, so it was a fortress called Sacsayhuaman. It rests in the Peruvian Andes, built from enormous stones that have been chiseled and stacked together like a jigsaw puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink, Gabe. Some say it could have been a work of an ancient civilization that, with a little help from interstellar friends. The 1,000-year-old interlocking fortress walls are made of rocks that weigh as much as 360 tons each, which were carried more than 20 miles before being lifted and fit into place with laser-like precision. How an ancient culture accomplished such a feat of engineering is a fun little problem to solve. Turns out the Inca were as adept at building houses and fortified complexes as they were at watching the skies and keeping calendars, because the Inca were very big into the stars, and kind of like the Mayan calendar.
Yeah, the Mayans had their own calendar.
Yeah, they all like were very in tune with like that, making up their own.
They believed when the stars aligned, they had to like kill a sheep or something.
So
I think
they had very good masonry.
Okay.
Oh my god, I almost
Masonry?
butchered that word. Thank you. Similar walls exist through the Inca Empire, including one in Cusco, where a 12-angled stone has been carefully wedged into place. So it has 12.
Gabe said Incas lived in the mountains, right?
Yes.
They do have mountain civilizations, yes.
Yes. Hey, wow, you really... Yes.
Hey, Ginny! Welcome back.
The Peruvian Andes, Gabe.
Yes.
Peruvian Andes.
Wow, Gabe in with the Incas.
So it very much... Now, this is what I can... It's funny because I can easily argue my own... Like, I love conspiracy theories, but I don't always...
Came in a left field, haven't shaved in a while.
I don't always think that they were always helped by it. I just like conspiracy things of, like, things that could happen. Like... So, more recently, archaeologists have uncovered traces of a rope and lever system that could have transferred these stones.
Yep.
But also, I think 20 miles is a long way for these stones to go. Like, of, like, pulling these 360-ton stones. Which they definitely could have. Like, that's fair. But, it definitely would have... It relied on a lot of strength and ingenuity rather than ancient... It says other than alien architects instead. But it's just crazy to think about that this was one of the bigger alien things for a while, because literally, like, some of these rocks are placed with such precision on top of each other. Well, that's like the perfect picture. That it's almost like no way that they have that technology back then, but like then somehow we lost it all at some point.
You know what? So something I find interesting is that, like, we talk about this technology, and it's landscaping.
Yeah, I know. It's always buildings.
It's because that's what, like, the technology was like at the time, right? So we think it's impossible to move this, like, something this big that far, or it's impossible to get that specifically, right? But yet, just in the last how many years, like, people once said, I'm not comparing it, but people once said we could never fly across the Atlantic Ocean because it was too far.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, first of all, different mindset. These people, like, had to work. So, like, I just believe that it's just funny to think we're like, oh, it couldn't, there's no way this is possible. Like, they couldn't have, a lot of the times, what they're saying is, there's no way it's possible that they could have carried something that heavy. That's, like, the biggest debate. Or, like, there's no way that they could have gotten something so specifically perfect.
Yeah.
And it's building, and it's landscape, and it's unbelievable what they've done. But most of the time, the argument is that there's no way that they could have moved it that far. And so that's where the aliens come in. Kind of like what Gabe just said, people had slaves back then, whether it was for their own people or from another area. I think they were just really focused and determined on building this shit, is what Ginny said. I agree. I'm with you guys. I don't think that, like, I think that they just had a different mindset and were determined. Like, somebody built a computer.
Yeah.
Because they had the mindset to build a computer. Like, that's the one part that I don't fully believe is, like, most of the time the argument is just that the things were too heavy.
Yeah.
So they needed a higher power.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, it comes down to...
They could have just had mass numbers of slaves, which back in the day, they did.
Yeah, it comes down to, moving manpower, basically, and mathematics. It comes down to the fact of, like, some of these things are just placed to perfection, basically, of, like mathematics of, like, the dynamics of it, basically. So, that's why I feel like it came down to, like, no way that they could have done that back then. And that's why I think, like...
So you're on the more mathematical side.
Yes, I'm way more on the... Because you're right. There's no way in the time of slaves with that much that they couldn't build it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that... Like, the pyramid seems very... Because the pyramids of Giza are huge. Like,
They're
yeah,
massive.
it seems very unrealistic that they could have done it because you're like, Jesus Christ.
What's up, Daninator Dan, by the way, if you're still here?
But it could be possible to build that. Like, over,
It could be.
what, it was like 140 years, I believe it was, for the Sphinx. And the
That's what
pyramids?
people... So, Aiden said it took 140 years for them to be built. Lap said that maybe that's just what scientists say if we were to do it today, how long it would take. So, Gabe just said if everyone in this chat were to come to my house and try to lift my car, we could do it.
How much does
Also,
that car weigh?
well, but think about this. It's all about physics.
Yeah.
Let's say that car weighs, I don't know how many tons, right? It's not like they were just using their bare hands.
Yeah.
They had levers and
Yeah.
pulleys. They had these physics systems
Yeah.
that, like, you wedge things underneath and it made half the weight go down. Or like, if I were to wedge a board on an axis
Yeah.
and then a board, it would be easier for all of us to then crank it up. That's
Yeah.
what, like, a jack on a car is.
Yeah.
Much easier than if I were to just pick it up with my hands.
Yeah.
So, like, but they didn't know it as physics back then.
Yeah.
They just knew it as living
Yeah.
and making advancements in their craft.
Yeah.
So I think that's where like the math is crazy, but also back then they didn't think of it as math.
Yeah.
16 UC 6 Sapphire
Lucifer.
Thank you. I couldn't read that for some reason. Thinking we are alone in the galaxy is just stupid in my opinion. Yeah, we agree. That's what we've kind of been talking about, is like there's no way that there's not other at least living organisms.
Like, you're right. I mean,
I don't know if
I
we
guess
honestly
I get on.
want to find any.
I get both points. Like, you're right. If someone doesn't believe, I don't know what. Like, I guess, Gabe, do you not believe that there's no one? It's just
like,
us
do you
in the
believe that there's
universe?
even like, Gabe, do you believe that there's like no like plant life or anything on other planets? Because I'd be curious, or like other intelligent like human beings.
I would love to know that.
I would be interested. Also, like, to your point of the math, like making it perfectly under the Star of David or making it line up perfectly. Sorry, I keep burping in your face.
God, love
like,
frozen pizza.
What? Think about like people built calendars off of the stars.
Yeah.
Think about how many years it took to do that. Because you couldn't just look up at the sky one day and say, like, oh, that's a star.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so today's the 15th of, whatever. Because obviously the people who created that calendar isn't our specific calendar. So, like, what if, like, they had to sit there for many, many years.
Yeah.
To then be like, okay, once this rotation comes back around, we're here.
Yeah.
But think about it. They didn't even know that the Earth was rotating at that point.
Yeah.
If we're going by common science.
Yeah.
They just knew that star was going to come back around.
Yeah.
And they knew that the North Star was going to somehow get to the same point every time. We now know it's because our Earth rotates.
Yeah.
And so that star pops up.
Yeah.
But so, like, once again, they didn't know that they didn't know it was math.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess I see what you're saying by, like, how it's so perfectly placed. But then again, I think, like, if that's all they're doing, they're gonna make sure it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's like, the person who, that's like creating, like I said, a computer. How many different things were there? How many different prototypes were there until it was, some would argue, not even perfect yet?
Yeah.
So, like, if that's the one, if they're just focusing, kind of like the mindset thing, if they're just focusing on making this landscape, of course they're gonna make sure it's perfect.
Yeah.
We don't know how many times they built it and tore it down and rebuilt it to make sure it was perfect.
You're right. Which would be shitty as hell.
You know what I mean?
Because we don't pull it all down.
Because it doesn't tell us how long. I'm just gonna get some chat in here. Microorganisms such as bacteria or maybe plants, but no other intelligent life, is what Gabe said. Lucifer said we are just bigger bacteria. I think there has to be some kind of intelligent life out there. From Ginny, Gabe said if you believe in evolution, then yes. Ginny said, I don't think it would be a good idea to find them. Aiden, I built energy by eating. Okay. LaPointer, I believe in intelligent life. Lucifer. So, by the sounds of it, Gabe and I are very much on the same picture. And you're very much on the same picture with, like, Ginny and Lucifer and Lap.
Yeah. I just, like, first off, I just think there's, like, it's just crazy to think that there's not. Not that it's bad. Like, it's just, like, in my opinion, like.
Sounds good, Aiden.
I think, like, I would be crazy to not think, like, something's out there. Like, if you're telling me it takes us this long just to get to Pluto, like, to send something that far, or even out of our, like, solar system, like, we have no idea what's out there. It's all just the unknown. So you're in the end, there could be nothing out there. Like, we literally could be sitting here alone in an endless darkness of stuff. Or we could literally just have, like, in Galaxy 33 PO or something like that over there, like, there could be the same thing going on. Like, it could be, like people just on a planet, but they can't get out of their galaxy either. Yeah. Like, if we're just not even, that's just in general.
Gabe said because of the Fermi paradox. I don't know what that is if you want to look it up. I'm going to be honest with you. The whole idea of space is a very, like, hard concept for me to grasp because like we say, like, who created these aliens. Like, I believe in organisms, stuff like that. But I don't, like, because my belief system is that I was created by God. Yeah. Right? But it says, and I don't believe everything in the Bible by any means. But, and I don't agree with a lot of it. Yeah. I do believe that God created me. But what, like, nowhere in the Bible says anything about space. Yeah. So I don't know if God created space, but if God didn't create space, then is there another God who created a different part? Like, the whole idea of space, because since what I believe of how I was, created is solely Earth. Yeah. So the whole idea of space is very hard for me to grasp, because then I'm kind of jumping in between religion or, like, beliefs and science. Like I've talked about, I don't believe in evolution in the sense of we came from monkeys. I believe in microevolution, but I don't believe that we came from another living animal. Yeah. So, like, to jump from not believing that part of science but then believing another part of science, it's just really, it's hard to make that jump. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So the
Ginny just put the UFO shoe.
The Fermi paradox is really cool. It's what he said. Basically saying that if there is intelligent out there, why haven't we seen them, and or have they seen us? Exactly, that sums it up basically. But it's about, like, it's either so rare that, like, they haven't seen us or contacted us, or if they do, why haven't they? And there's no evidence to support they've even, like, been here. Yeah. So I that honestly is a really good point, and I can see why someone would believe that at that point, because there is no evidence of it. Yeah. Like, you can't be. I couldn't sit here and be like, there's aliens, and then be like, where's your evidence? And be like, well, it's a conspiracy theory for that reason. But like, it's honestly, like, I could see where, like, you would believe in that because of the fact there is no evidence, because that's fact is based on evidence. Yeah.
Gabe said it's fun to think that not even God knows who created him. It's an interesting thought. I've never thought about that.
Someone created God.
Yeah, I've never gone back past that. You know what I mean? I've never thought about that.
What if God created himself?
Well, I don't think that's possible. Maybe it is.
Well, he's God.
Maybe he just became.
Big Bang makes God. Boom.
Great TV show. Don't fully believe in the whole Big Bang thing.
I'd like to. I don't, like, know much about the Big. I know I literally can, like, sing the theme song to that song, or that show, but.
Yeah, I mean, the Big Bang basically was that either two planets or two meteors hit each other, right?
No, there's nothing, and then, like, dark energy just started, like, building, and stuff just started building, and then it exploded. and then like everything.
And that created our galaxy?
Created everything.
Interesting.
I believe. I'll look it up again. Or look it up.
The heart, see, okay, so here's the thing. So I know, like, Ginge said, no. But if the Bible can kind of be related to the Big Bang, then God had to create the Big Bang.
And what if that's is how he created the earth, was by making the Big Bang?
Is the Big Bang related to the Bible?
No, I think that's what he's saying. But if the Bible can kind of be related to the Big Bang, then God created. He's saying, like, if you use Big Bang in like a Bible sense, think of a massive
singularity with the density of the entire universe, and then it just explodes.
The Big Bang Theory is the prevailing cosmological model for the observable universe from the earliest known periods. Model describes how the universe expanded from very high
I don't know if I fully.
I
don't believe that.
Including abundance of light elements, the cosmic microwave background, large-scale structure, and Hubble's
And if
law.
there's evidence for that, I'd love to see the evidence, but I don't believe that something just exploded and all of a sudden a universe came to be.
Yeah, literally, like, it starts there and explode and shut everything outward.
Interesting.
It happened about 13.8 billion years ago.
Okay.
Considered the age of the universe. After its initial expansion, the universe cooled sufficiently to allow the formation of subatomic particles. And
Dude, it's a big honor. You should be excited.
True. I'm excited for Mexican food. I don't know about you. Oh, they're about to see literally how I know everyone there. No, you guys are gonna see them like walking in and they're like saying hi to me.
Lab said the main piece of evidence is the fact that the galaxies and planets are moving away from each other. And then Gabe said the reason why it's so widely accepted is because our universe is expanding at a constant rate. Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
I know that, so Ginge earlier said, like, let's not get into religion and stuff, but I think it's hard not to talk about it when you're getting into conspiracy theories.
Yep.
I feel like those two just, like, go so hand in hand. Because even like the Egyptians, like, their society was built off of their religion.
Yeah.
And like, why did they create the pyramids in the first place?
Oh my god.
Why did they create aliens in the first, or the pyramids in the first place? Is to put it in. So MG Mama says, if our belief is that God created all, it would be selfish on our part to think there isn't other life out there. All things were made by Him. Discover the galaxies are moving further and further.
I love it.
Yeah, so Jen Krause just weighed into the podcast. Everybody say hello to Jen.
Say hello to Palmer's mother.
If our belief is that God created all, it would be selfish on our part to think there isn't other life out there.
It's fair.
I agree. I think God did create all, but there's no talk in the Bible of Him creating the space, which is why I guess space for me is such a hard concept.
Yeah.
It's always been a hard concept for me to wrap my head around. Fun fact, Edwin Hubble discovered that galaxies are moving further and further away from each other.
Hubble's law. That they just continually are moving outward and away. So it's just going to get harder and harder to move to things.
So is that part of the Big Bang?
Yeah, so when the Big Bang happened, everything got shot.
So that's what created gravity, was the explosion.
Well, the explosion had so much gravity and density that it packed everything together till it was so packed it exploded and created galaxies and stuff and shot them outwards so they're all moving. And then when it cooled down, it gave form to galaxies and planets that could form life with stars like the sun heating them or other things. So it
What's up, Tom?
would but they're still moving from the force of the Big Bang because of Hubble's law, because they just keep moving.
Okay.
Wow, I felt so official saying that. I'm not gonna
Interesting.
lie. I could be totally wrong, honestly. I'm just like, that's how I do presentations. I just go with it, just keep going. With it. But yeah,
it's such a weird pull back and forth between like science and religion.
Yep.
Although there are some scientists that are very religious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, oh gosh, gravity is
gravity shouldn't be
a weird thing, because no matter what the situation, gravity will always have a positive charge. Gravity shouldn't be a thing. Interesting.
Imagine if gravity wasn't a thing.
I don't know enough about science to understand any of this.
I wanted to take astrology in high school, but then someone was like, "It's a lot of math," and I went, "Nope."
Psych. I would love to, like, I know I've said this before, but I would love to learn more about, like,
Elon
what
Musk, if you're
the
watching
stars
this,
mean.
take me to space.
I think Elon Musk is one of our 13 viewers. Would you go to space?
Yes, in a heartbeat, I would.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't be, mainly because of my claustrophobia.
I
I couldn't
couldn't-
be in, like, a tiny little thing.
I couldn't like do the work to become an astronaut, and that has no like in my. I would not. That's not what I want. But if I had an opportunity to go to space, hell yeah.
I could maybe go up there for, like, 2 seconds and then, like, come back down, kind of like that dude from Red
Bull
did.
just
Yeah.
jump.
I wouldn't jump.
Couldn't
I
do
would
that.
go up and be like, we're turning around,
Dude.
and then go back down.
Imagine if you just being in space and jumping in. Imagine if gravity didn't pull you down. You just
That's
were
horrifying.
floating. Just
Man's
God
a
damn it.
maniac.
That would be so cool.
What other? Do we have any other? Is there anybody in chat who has, like, a specific conspiracy theory that they want to talk about that's not
aliens?
aliens? Would love to.
We've
talk
really
about
hit.
it. We've
all
really
of
talked a
them.
lot about aliens. We've talked about religion because I think it's hard that those two things are gonna come up
Together.
Still shout out to Jen Krause for popping in the chat.
That was so sick.
She's what a woman.
Jen, do you have a Bible up there?
No, I think she just knows that. Think of quantum physics all the way down to an atom, having electrons and protons. Electrons are negatively charged, protons positively. They attract each other because a positive attracts a negative. But in gravity, a positive attracts a positive. So gravity just basically breaks the laws of quantum physics?
Yeah, apparently. Yes, humans. God, that sticks on the same subject though.
Venom, what's up?
You sat there and just YouTube Venom. Oh.
YouTube
Unless it's just
Venom.
YT Venom and
Well, then I'm just
YouTube
going to call him Venom.
Yeah, just go with Venom.
How you make sound effects.
What do you mean?
So does that get into sound? I don't... Gravity is the only thing that we understand but can't explain. Gravity is quantum physics, but gravity is a massive scale. Oh. I guess, are you saying, like, that's your conspiracy theory, is how do we make sound effects? Because I don't... What is sound?
I don't... No, I don't think he's talking about, like...
Not exactly
conspiracy
similar
theory.
to a proton and electron. Okay, so just that's like a small scale example. I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Oh, got it.
Gravity is the only thing that we understand but can't explain. Okay.
That's
We
fair.
do understand it.
It pulls us down.
It pulls us down.
It keeps us on the ground and not flying and in space.
So it always pulls us towards the center, though, of the Earth.
Yeah. So if, like, the floor dropped out right
I mean,
below
technically
us...
that's not always down, though.
How are you thinking of this?
If the Earth is rotating,
Yeah.
which it does it...
So you're
which-
saying
I guess
someone
which-
right now on the other side
No.
of the planet's upside down?
I guess which... No, because it only rotates on this axis.
I was going to say, so then are you saying, so if we're up here, right? America's right here and we're up here. You're saying someone down in Australia, which is like over here, is upside down and that's not down? Or if someone's on the North Pole and South Pole? Or I mean, South.
Well,
North
because
Pole and
it's
South-
round. So somebody
we're
here...
really getting into it now.
So if we're thinking about they're always pulling... Because if they're being pulled towards the center, right?
Yeah.
It's round. So they're being pulled this way. And this person up here is being pulled this way.
yeah.
They're not being pulled both down. One's being pulled kind of
Which
sideways.
directions up and down.
That's exactly... I don't know.
Oh my god.
Because we're rotating.
Oh no. Oh no. Yes.
In the stream, they have sound effects, and I don't know what y'all talking about.
He's saying he wanted to make sound effects with a command.
Oh.
We don't have a command.
Oh, we don't have a command for it. Sorry, buddy.
We were talking about conspiracy theories.
If you follow, a sound comes up. I'm sorry. If you don't, I understand. That was a bad joke. But welcome.
So if you have
Two positives repel, not with gravity. Yeah, that's so just... Okay. Using
So-
protons and neutrons, we found that a positive attracts a negative, but in that case... Okay, so
hold on.
that's kind of the scale we found it out. Oh, no command? Yeah, we don't have a sound command. Sorry, buddy.
So if you're sitting there, North Pole and South Pole...
Do you see what I'm saying, though?
I get what you're saying, but I'm sitting here, like, trying to contemplate it, because, like... I don't know. Because if you're down here, technically down is towards the middle of the planet. Because you're standing there and your axis is up, down, left, right, no matter what you're doing. So,
Thanks, Venom.
like, it's just you're on different sides. Follow. Thanks, Venom, for the follow.
Venom, we
I'll hold
appreciate the
Yoshi over
follow.
here.
Yeah, Yoshi's right here.
I love that we can see that.
By the way, since we just got a follow, I'm going to take this opportunity to... so Dova Kings is a part of our kind of organization, Dova Gaming. Along with it is myself, Dova Palms, and Dova Ghost. We have personal Twitch accounts where we game, but most importantly, we do this every Wednesday, 2 p.m. So if you're enjoying, come back. If you want, you can go follow those accounts. It's just our Twitter names that are at the bottom, but then in Twitch. Anyways, back.
I
to
love
what
that
we're
I
talking
can do
about.
this
So
now. Just
if we all get
right
pulled
here.
towards the middle,
Yeah.
right? But somebody, so first of all, because our Earth doesn't rotate this way, it only rotates horizontally.
Yeah.
It doesn't vertically rotate. There's no.
Yeah, you don't go this
It
way.
rotates on a vertical axis.
Yeah, so
it
it
doesn't
goes
rotate
sideways.
on a horizontal.
Yeah.
It is at the bottom. I was wondering what it was.
Yeah. That's like
Those are our Twitter and
That is
technically our Twitch
everything.
names.
Like,
That's everything. But
oh, and there's the gaming.
that's our gaming one. But so we
Oh, Syndicate's playing.
we
RuneScape.
only have we have a vertical axis that we rotate on, so we always rotate horizontally.
Yeah.
Right? But so somebody like as the world goes, it's here. So like South America's down here and North America's technically up here, right?
Yeah.
So like they're being pulled towards the center of the earth, and so are we. So like our down is not their down. Do you see what I'm saying? Because aren't we all being pulled towards the center of the
you're
earth?
saying if someone's standing on Antarctica, right on the axis, basically, and they're standing there, they're getting pulled up, and their feet are going off the planet.
Our direction for up.
Oh.
Their feet are pointing up.
Oh, yeah.
So if somebody's sitting at the North Pole and the South Pole, their feet are actually pointing the same way.
Why are we struggling with this?
Do you see what I'm saying, though? Do you see what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm not high.
Brakovsky. Could you make hybrids? Okay, so screw what we were just talking about with the Earth. It
I
made
want
zero
to
sense.
figure this out.
Gabe said, let's talk about how MIT was making pig-human hybrids in a laboratory and harvesting their organs. Gabe, what was the point of them making the pig
just to make
hybrids? Just to say we made a
pig hybrid.
pig hybrid?
Pig hybrid. Oh my god. Oh, it's a boar pig hybrid. I should probably. Oh. Human pig hybrid created in a lab. Here are the facts. Look at that thing. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. So, do you want me to read it now?
Yeah, could you?
Okay. Scientists announced today that they have created the first successful human-animal hybrid. The project proves that human cells can be introduced into a non-human organism, survive, and even grow inside a host animal, and in this case, pigs. Ugh.
I still am not understanding why they decided to do that.
To see if you could put human cells into an animal and make it a host.
Gabe said it falls into a gray area of no human rights or animal rights, so they are free to do whatever they want with it. I know there is a Nat Geo article on it.
Hold on, it's not like an actual pig. It literally is like
Look up National Geographic pig hybrid.
It's literally an embryo. Like,
yeah.
It's not like an actual pig hybrid.
I'm trying to remember. There was this cool...
Nat Geo, brother. Already there.
I see that you're on a private browser.
Shut up.
There was some kind of like... Last year, I remember, because Tia told me about it, that there was some kind of like huge science in heart that they were doing with pig hearts. And then like, I think they were like basically creating hearts from scratch maybe or something.
Yeah, here we go.
But I can't remember what. First of all, I don't know where that went, and second of all, I can't remember what exactly it was.
So every 10 minutes, a person is added to the national waiting list for organ transplants, and every day, 22 people on that list die without the organ they need. What if, rather than relying on a generous donor, you could grow a custom organ inside an animal instead, then harvest it?
So this is exactly what she was talking about.
Who was talking about?
Tia.
Oh,
So, sorry, Tia was telling me about this from Science Guy. So, okay, so this is why they're doing it. They're trying to grow organs
yeah.
so that they can then implant, because pigs, from
Pigs
what
share very
from what I've heard, and I don't know like if it's true, but pigs and human hearts are like the closest, right? So what I heard, that like one of the reasons they were doing this, kind of what he was saying, so that they could grow organs, is so that they have more like heart donations.
Yeah.
Like so that's where the gray area is coming. So they can grow this pig human.
Yep.
And kill it, and it doesn't violate any laws
Yep.
of like human rights or animal rights or whatever. But they could grow it, harvest the heart, so that we don't run into the whole problem of like lack of heart transplants and lack of lung transplants and stuff. So that actually is really okay. So I could go down a whole nother road with what Gabe just said. Pigs and humans are more closely related in DNA than humans and chimps. We're not going to go there.
Hot take. We come from pigs.
Hot take. I'm gonna go roll around in some mud. But so like,
We're not flat earthers, by the way.
oh, by the way, no, Burakovsky, we are not flat earthers. I believe the earth is round. What if an egg get lost and it grows into a child and they don't kill it? That's a movie waiting to happen. Hold up, I'm gonna write
That's
that.
an anime about to happen. That is an anime about to happen.
Bang, boom,
Why
pow.
do all animes have to? Not all animes have to be like ninjas and stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of them are. Anyways, I thought chickens, monkeys are related to humans. But okay, so I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome that they're trying to.
Weird.
Well, first of all, it's weird, and second of all, it's a little gray area on the laws.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good.
It's good fun.
It's good reasoning. It's to build more transplantable organs.
It's to build a safe,
which will
like,
stop a
better...
lot of organ like on the black market and stuff like that.
Are you okay?
No, dude, I'm okay.
Today.
I'm not.
What was that pizza you ate earlier?
I don't know, but do you smell that?
Yes, I can smell it. It really is just.
Everything is related to one another because we are all made out of the same elements. Okay, that's true.
Aha!
I mean, we're all gonna be able to be taken down to the same elements, so clearly we all are related.
I bleed red and you bleed red.
He said, "What? You think this is good?"
Yeah.
I mean, if the point of it is to make organs for people to be able to use, then
Gabe is not a fan.
yeah,
He says this is disgusting.
this is disgusting. Nobody should be able to do this. I mean, I think it's if they're trying to make like organs for humans to be able to use, I don't see.
I'm talking about pig hybrids.
Once again, it's in experimental stages, but yeah, I don't think it's. Is it gross? Like, yeah, did you see that embryo? But it's for a good reason.
No, so they like mate.
Like, if it can save lives, that's beneficial. I agree, Lap. That's why I think it's good. No, so like Venom. Sometimes, like when people need a heart transplant, and there's not a heart transplant for them, people have tried to like use pigs' hearts as transplants because they're the closest to human. They have 4 aortic pumps and everything like that. So I'm just using the heart as one example. So they're trying to make basically an unlimited source of organs to then try to help save lives for transplants. So I'm with Lap. I think if it's saving lives, it's beneficial.
So there's only actually 2 ways
Also,
to make a chimera.
how human is it? Like when you say it's between like human and pig embryo, I would hope it's more pig than human, because if it becomes a human embryo, then I don't want to be killing humans.
I don't know. Doesn't say.
If we're putting
It's a chimera.
If we're putting a little bit of like human DNA into a pig, so that then it's just a pig running around with a more human-looking heart, if we could get it to that specific science, then I think that's perfect.
There are 2 ways to make it. The first is to introduce the organs of one animal into another. A risky proposition because the host immune system may cause the organ to be rejected.
Gabe just said this is not humane at all. In what way? In then the killing of it or in the making of it?
I'm going with the.
It's about half and half. Oh.
The other method is to begin at the embryonic level.
Okay, I didn't know it was half and half.
Introducing one animal cell into the embryo of another and letting them grow together into a hybrid. It sounds weird, but it's an ingenious way to eventually solve a number of vexing.
Did not realize it was half and half. I thought it was like going to be a pig with like a little bit more human DNA.
No, they're literally like injecting.
Okay, that's fucked up.
Like the stuff into a pig embryo.
Okay, it's fucked up. Because I'm gonna be honest. I have no problem with killing a pig, because we use we use it for food. If somebody needs a fucking pig heart, kill the pig, give them a heart. But if it's a half and half and we're creating like a whole new species, which technically it would be either way, but okay, that's messed up. I thought we were literally just taking like
they mixed a rat and a mouse.
Okay, well those are like that's creating a new species.
Oh, they can already create.
You said, "Oh no, that's wrong. Screw pigs."
They can grow pancreatic tissue of a rat inside of a mouse.
Humans need to stop playing God. That's fair.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But they can still reject them, and it could the thing is you could put that just like anything, they could still reject it.
I mean, here's the thing: we could be the same blood type. I could give you my heart, and your body could reject it because it's not.
We both die.
Because it's not like, well, I would already be dead if you're taking my heart. It's not like it's not supposed to be in your body. It's a foreign object.
Yeah, so they get a pig embryo and then they inject human cells into it.
So now the more that I'm hearing about it and the more that I think about it.
Are you ready to keep hearing it? When the
hold up, so the 50-50 thing like really hit me hard. If
pig embryos.
I liked the idea of it to help humans.
Yeah.
But yeah, creating a whole new like half and half species, that's fucked up. You think it would be herbivore, omnivore, carnivore?
Pigs eat anything.
Omnivore. Yeah, probably carnivore. Or omnivore. No, it'd be omnivore because that's humans. And
when the just right human cells were injected into a pig embryo and the embryo survives, then they're put back into an adult pig, which carries the embryo for between 3 and 4 weeks before they're removed and analyzed.
So the pig then gives birth to the hybrid. Okay, now this is getting even more fucked up. That's my whole problem with it. Gabe said it shouldn't even be alive.
In all, the team created.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Because Gabe, it wasn't conceived by it wasn't conceived the way that God intended things to be conceived, right?
Well, okay. What they're gonna do then is literally.
I just want to know if that's what you're saying. It shouldn't be alive in that way. Because if we get to that, I guess you are right. We should be conceived. We shouldn't be built in a lab.
Basically, then they're going to kill the animal and take the cells from it so they can use it for
So us. It was actually going to be birthed.
Yeah, so right now it says created
Gabe said yes. Okay, Gabe. So now I am now on starting to get more on the same page. So here's why I'll explain why I thought it was a good thing, right? The way it was originally described to me was not that we were making a new species. What was originally described to me was that we were going to is that we were going to make an embryo type thing like this, right?
Yeah.
And we were going to basically make tissue and then build a heart out of tissue. Granted, I don't know how that works. I did not know we were going to be making a new species that a pig would then birth. That's fucked up.
Well, it's like a C-section almost. They take it out before it's even
That's still birthed. That's fucked up.
Yeah, so they out of 168 successful later stage chimeric embryos, they say each one has 100,000 human cells, which isn't enough, so they don't think they can even use it yet because there's too much pig stuff in it still.
So they want to make it more human.
Yeah.
So now they're just getting to creating humans.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 60% human, 40% pig.
Probably.
That's so fucked up.
Could take years to process, create function human organs. The technique could be put in
how they put it in a pig. It's the same way that somebody with a why can't I think of the word? A surrogate. I could take my sperm and a girl's egg and put it into another woman, and she could give birth to that baby. I'm assuming it would be along the lines of that same. How funny is it that no one knows about this?
Yeah.
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 Are they trying to do this on the down low? Because they know it's fucked up?
No, they don't get funding
The
from
government is too secretive.
Well, they don't get funding from the government because the government doesn't fund them. So they get funding
So this
from
isn't
a-
being funded by the
They
government?
get funded by a private organization called the Chimeric Project that gives them money to do this.
That's sketchy.
Let me find.
Keep talking. I'm going to pee again.
Oh my god!
2 times a podcast. It's my record.
Jesus Christ! Where did I see that? It's like, oh. In the past, human-animal chimeras have been beyond reach. Such experiences are currently ineligible for public funding in the United States. So far, the Salk team has relied on private donors for the Chimera project. Public opinion, too, has hampered the creation of organisms that are part human, part animal. So, literally, like, no one knows about it because of the fact that it's not publicly funded. It's privately funded, and no one hears stories about these because no one puts any stories out about it. That's insane. Gross. Why am I still reading it? You want to see a picture of a pig hybrid? Ew. Why am I looking at that? That's gross. Yeah, we're really out here yelling at people. Right, Deej? No, just... Yeah, Venom's typing in caps.
It says if it saves lives. How no one knows about it, but it is on the internet. Wow, aren't chimeras humans just turn into animals? Yeah, that's the...
No, chimeras are just two animals.
It's just a hybrid.
Two animals put together. I have
Look up link.
a dinner to get to.
Oh yeah, you gotta go 4:30, right?
No, I gotta be there at 4:30, right?
What do you got? You go to El Rodeo?
El Rodeo? Are we actually going to El Rodeo? We can do like a quick chat and then sign off. Because you gotta leave soon too, don't you? Well, 4:45 or whatever.
Bro, I just looked up. You look it up. It's fucked up animals mixed with humans, and then go into pictures. Yeah, the pictures are messed up. I don't recommend anybody looking it up.
No.
Venom, you're a brave soul.
You are one of a kind.
Oh, I haven't seen anything on Twitter. I stay off Twitter for that specific reason.
El
Rodeo. To the rodeo.
El Rodeo.
You look like a rodeo clown right now, is what you look like.
What? Fine.
Ella?
Oh my god.
Hi, boo. Come here.
We have a wiener dog.
Come here, boo boo.
Why are you bringing your cowboy boots? You're chasing her.
I want to pick her up.
Come here.
I'll bring my fucking cowboy boots.
Ella.
Deej, if you own cowboy boots, I have respect for you. Ella, come here.
Say hi to the podcast.
Come here. I wanted to pick you up and show the podcast to you. Little wiener.
Humans are fucked up real bad. Sometimes we are.
Yeah, that's right.
She heard that shit and walked away.
Ella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't
All right.
She didn't like that. Okay, what's your outro? You just put outro. I don't know what your outro is.
Some are. I agree, Gabe. Well, okay, so I think we're going to cut it there. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, that's
We
right.
do this. I literally wrote it underneath.
But I didn't know like outro is the title to do.
Don't
like,
lose faith in humanity because of the misdeeds of the few. I agree, Gabe. So we do this. We're the Dover Kings podcast. We do this every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Plethora of different topics. We also have... So... Sorry. We have personal accounts, which you see below. Those are our Twitter accounts, at Dova Palms, at Dova Gaming, and at Dova Ghost. We also have Twitch accounts.
Same thing.
Twitch.tv/Dova Palms and Twitch.tv/Dova Ghost. And then
follow us there.
we also post these YouTube videos, or this like live will also go on YouTube in case you missed the beginning half and wanted to watch it, or if you want to watch our previous podcast at Dova Entertainment. That is the YouTube.
Why don't we switch that?
Yeah, I just haven't switched it yet. So go to Dova Entertainment on YouTube to watch the previous podcast. But like I said, thank you guys again for the support. Thanks That's the
That
YouTube.
is the YouTube.
Thanks again for the support. We really appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. If you decide to follow, if you're in the chat and haven't followed, toss that follow, and
We'll be back next week to do more.
we will see you guys next week.
Peace out, everyone.